Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode. I'm back with Aditya today. So, Aditya is an entrepreneur and the founder of Sunny Shooter. So, thank you very, very much, Aditya, for being here. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Yes.
Happy
So,
to be
before
here.
beginning, Aditya, it would be great if you could introduce yourself, what you do, and all about your work.
Yeah, so hi everyone. I'm Aditya Asbe. I'm basically from Pune. I'm a final year BTech Mechanical Engineering student from Vellore Institute of Technology, Chennai. So I was for the last 4 years I was studying in Chennai and was doing my BTech. And last year in the month of March, as everyone know, the world got hit with COVID, and then we all came back to our homes, and colleges were shut, and everything was shut. To be very honest, so yeah, that's when I decided to do something about it and utilize my time, and that's how the journey entirely started, and that's something little about me.
Okay. And what's the whole idea about Sunny Shooter and what do you do there?
So Sani Shooter is basically a sanitizer dispenser, which is wearable. So it's basically like you can basically shoot sanitizer. So I used to watch Marvel a lot. I was a huge Marvel fan. I was a huge Spider-Man fan, and we all know what a web shooter is. So I just came up with this idea ki let's do something in which we can sanitize in a better way, in a more efficient way. So I had to go with my dad for some work purpose in the early lockdown last year. So I was traveling a lot, and I started facing this problem that using sanitizer bottle everywhere and carrying it around was very difficult.
Hmm.
So what the usual cause, like what the usual problem that people were facing was like it was very psychological actually. See, at that point of time, we did not have any solution. The only solutions were wear masks, do social distancing, and use sanitizer at every instance that you touch somewhere. So those were the only solutions. And what I realized over period was something like, see, for example, if you have one Lifebuoy or Dettol sanitizer bottle with you, what you usually do as a person is you keep it in your pocket or you keep it in your handbag or in your purse or maybe in your backpack, right? So every time you go visit some place and you have to use sanitizer, the process goes something like this. So you reach out for your bag, you open your bag, you take out the bottle, you open the cap, you use the sanitizer, you close the cap, you again touch the bottle, reach out for your bag, and then put it back then and then close the backpack and then go ahead. So see,
Yeah.
in this entire process, like after using the sanitizer, you are again touching n number of external surfaces from where you don't know if there's coronavirus sitting there or not. Like there's no surety of that. It can be anywhere, nobody can see it, and it's totally unsure. So it was more of like a psychological thinking, okay, chalo, I have used sanitizer now, so I'm safe. But essentially, we were just wasting resources at that point of time. So when I realized that, then I thought of coming up with some way in which we can just, single touch, we should be able to sanitize at any instance that we want throughout the day. And that's how Sani Shooter was born last year in the month of May. That's how the journey started essentially.
Okay, and how's the designing process? Because you said as Marvel and all those things inspired you and made you interested in creating something like that. But what was the designing process? How different to hardware is to was it to understand or to create it?
So I have been a startup enthusiast from a very long time. So my father is a first generation businessman and he runs his business very well. He's been doing it for last 20 plus years, and he stands at a certain position today. So I was always working towards it. So since my first year, I always used to work on different projects and products. I did a lot of startup competitions, business plan competitions, sales pitches, and I was gaining experience. Eventually, I started winning. So, in particularly to design of this particular product, so I started it. So when I started, as I said, I had web shooter as a major inspiration for me. So I wanted something similar to be made, which is easy to use and looks also very aesthetic and trendy in hand when you wear it, because you know how the generation today is, and it's all about looks and how it goes with you or your outfit and all of that. So considering all of that, so as the design process started back in the May, I had a couple of my friends helping me out there. with the process. And I remember, so the process went something like this. So we used to design something, then we used to 3D print that model and check the feasibility and see if it's actually working out or if it's actually going to work out in the practical life, and how is it going to look like practically. So like that, we did almost 12 different designs before finalizing this one. And finally, when we came out with this at the time of July, I think, when the final design was ready, and we did our design launch in the late month of July. So that's when, like, so the design process usually very technical. We were using SolidWorks, Creo, Blender, and all these softwares. We were analyzing, we were 3D printing, and that's how we went throughout the process. And I think the major part was determination and never giving up, because it was taking a long time. And back then, in the month of June, July, and all, lockdown was very serious. And I was staying in Pune, and Pune was like the COVID hub. It is still today.
Yeah.
So it was really getting very difficult. But somehow we came through and we could launch our design in July.
Okay, okay. And then how has market or your clients have responded to, and how has been their major or their review to it?
So what happened was, when we launched our design in the month of July, I don't know how, but I got some print media attention through my YouTube design launch. So I got into several state news media papers, and all, like, around 7 to 8 articles and newspapers covered me throughout India and Maharashtra. And that's how, like, I got a lot motivated, because now I have to bring it to the market, because now people have seen the design. But
Yeah.
now I have definitely have to manufacture it and bring it to the market and commercialize it. So then I started working in the further process, that was manufacturing and all of that. That was the most difficult part, because I had no idea about what all processes I'm going to need to manufacture this particular product. And my father was also in the industry, which did not really connect with this kind of a product. So he also did not have a major idea about the manufacturing or mass manufacturing, and how does it work and how much investment I'm going to need. So I used to go out in the industrial zones and find out different companies, set up meetings, show them my 3D printed models, and show ki, so we have to manufacture this particular product. How can we go about it? And it was a long process. So it took about 2 months time to get me manufactured my first batch of products. And like, from the print media, I got attraction of their parent companies and their TV news companies media. And then, so News 18 came to my home, Z News came to my home, and then they took a bite of my ideas and designs and whatever I was trying to do. So I got a lot of PR that way in the very initial days, and that was really motivating. And that's why I could actually come through the entire process, because there were at least 100 instances where I could have easily given it up, because things were not working out. And I was very dependable on a lot of people's, because of manufacturing and all the external parts of a startup or a commercial product. So that was a bit of a ride there. And when we finally launched our product, we launched it in the offline market. We started with friends and family, and they gave us super feedback. Then we launched in October, and we launched on Amazon, and that was a big step for us, and that was a big achievement, big feat as well. And Amazon as well had a very strong response. And I feel very good to say that we did not invest a lot in marketing as such. So we did not have a big marketing capital. But because of, I think, the karma bank that I had already, and all the karma points that I had, I think those worked out, and I got superb attention from people and appreciation from people. So the market responded really well to me when I started.
Okay, great, beautiful. As I think, of course, we are into a second wave again, and with again the COVID is there. I think the demand for your products also would have gone up. Now, after a year or two, when everybody gets vaccinated and there is nothing to worry about, how do you think the demand, or how would you work on it, and how do you see the future of Sunny Shooter then?
So currently, like till December, we were only pan India, and there was nothing else happening. No major outreach or no major expansion was happening. And in December and January, in fact, we saw a decrease as well in the sales because cases were reduced and people were all free and they were all roaming around and they were fearless. So that's why the sales were also a little bit down. But as soon as the second wave has hit, so my demands have gone up like crazy. Now I've got distributors pan India, and I am getting inquiries actually from South African and Southeast Asian countries as well for my product. So I think I see that as a future expansion. And India is a population of like 138 crore people. That is as good as USA, Brazil, and entire Europe combined.
Yeah.
So the amount of time the amount of time that they took to recover and vaccinate all of them, I think it's going to be a long process, and I still have about 8 months of time ahead of me, and I can that's how I can go about COVID. But as such, if you talk about after COVID, I'm already working on some other projects which I want to start, and they will be much more sustainable. And in terms of Sani Shooter, I think I can work and diversify on its application, and I can introduce the same product with a little bit of tweaks in some other sectors and industries, which will be a perpetual model or a recurring model. So yeah, that's how I see it as of today.
Okay, okay, great. So, what would be your advice to your fellow, maybe, I don't know, fellow juniors or your people who try to learn from your work or wish to do something similar? Of course, not as Shani Shooter, just creating, not maybe the same, but what would be your advice to your fellow entrepreneurs, and what have you learned and your learnings since the beginning of your idea? Yeah.
See, so being a student, I totally understand what a student goes through in his entire time of graduation, mainly, which is his primary degree in his
Mhm.
career. So, what happens is in a country like India, the kind of education system that we are forced to do a lot of things, and lot of things are enforced on students by the system, by the society, and a lot of things are done just like that, and there's no willingness in that. So what I would like to say is that people see entrepreneurship as a very difficult path, and it's very tricky, and it's very unpredictable, and there's no guarantee. It is not very sustainable. It will take long time. But if you see around yourself, people are see if you're passionate enough, and if you know how to not give up, then I think you can definitely get the success. So there's this famous saying which I always talk about, that ideas come very easy, but implementation or execution is difficult.
Yeah.
And that's the main mantra that I would like to give to everyone, that the major difference between a dreamer and an entrepreneur is, I think, that part where execution comes in the picture. So that's how I think students should go about it. If they have any idea, and see, students all across our country have n number of ideas, come across n number of ideas every day, every hour, every minute. So what I would like to encourage them to do is just start with it. Just make some logo, make a small website, do some research, start something, start selling, start creating something. Instead of just thinking, start taking the action and start doing things. I think it will take you to some place eventually. Because as I remember myself a year ago, I was in the same process. I was just trying to do something, and I did not know that I will come this far, and I will have all of this with me today on this day. So I think, yeah, that's the most easiest and simplest advice that I could give to all the students, that just execute your ideas, try and implement them in the practical life, show it to people, discuss it with people, and you can reach out to people like me for help or anything if you need at all. We are always there to help, because that's how we found our help when we needed it.
Yeah. True, true. So yeah, again, thank you very very much, Aditya, for being here. I think these are the questions I had. Really well, it was really interesting, and I'm happy that you came in and gave your ideas and learnings and spoke about your journey of Shani Shooter and creating it from scratch and trying to learn and know more about it. So thank you very very much for being here. It was a pleasure to have you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Lakshit. Thanks for having me. It was great talking to you.